What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. You see my fine friends here, DJ Academics and Wayno in the coordinating sweatsuits.
Wayno swagger jacking me, man.
What?
Yeah.
Swagger jacking.
For once, I might have to agree. For once.
Yo.
Now, Wayno, I'm just playing. Yeah, I wouldn't
Wayno
disrespect you like that.
Wayno finally started swagger jacking me. He ran out of new fits, you know.
He can't even take it seriously.
He actually seen that I was coming in with a fresh Adidas fit, you know.
If you go back a few episodes, right? If you go back a few episodes, you can see that I was wearing that jacket. I actually let academics wear this jacket today.
Nigga, we don't wear the same size.
You went out and bought this shit because Wayno had it. Despicable.
Right.
Despicable. Now you guys look great. You look good today.
Only thing I couldn't match was the damn rollie. You feel me?
Here we go again.
You got a bandage though.
That's not nice.
Priceless.
Be nice to each other. It's our last episode for like 2 weeks. You guys are gonna miss each other. I can tell already.
I'm gonna miss the damn audience. I feel like, yo, if hip hop goes on and nobody's here to debate it, what the fuck?
You're still gonna be on the internet talking shit every single day.
Yeah, but you know, like, you see, Everyday Struggle is a different experience. I get to say something to somebody who says it back.
Instead of talking to yourself all the damn time. I thought you really liked that too.
I love that too. I love that. I like talking.
Period.
We'll be back.
We shall be back soon. And before we go, we thought we would recap some of our biggest, most stunning, what we thought was the most ridiculous stories of the year so far. Is ridiculous the word? Outrageous. Most outrageous and surprising. Surprising. Bizarre.
And
any other synonyms we got? So we asked Wayno and Act to pick 3 each. There are some in common here. I don't even know where to start with these, but like, look.
You trying to be like me all day. Like, you see this? Like,
I purposely tried to not pick topics.
That's why you're okay.
No, I tried to pick topics that I knew you weren't gonna pick.
Oh. So should we start with the one that was not in common or the 2 that were in common?
Let's start with the one that wasn't in common.
All right, so for the third pick, Wayno, of course, and I'm with him on this one, picked the Fire Festival docs. I'm still stunned that Josh just out here acting like nothing happened, talking about you guys saw these documentaries and you feel like you know anything. Isn't that the point of a documentary, that you see it and then you know everything?
Yeah, I mean, Dave Chappelle was a prophet in a sense when he was like, you know, who wants to know what Ja Rule's thinking at a time like this? I would definitely like to know what Ja Rule's thinking at a time like this, but the Fire Festival documentaries were crazy.
That was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's insane.
I think
was it mind-blowing? I feel like it's blown over at this point, though.
That's just because, like, there have been so many wild headlines. It's like we're on to the next. But I think when it was happening in real time, I remember watching the fallout on social media and being like, this seems like kind of a fiasco, but I don't think until the docs came out, I realized like how deep the shit was.
Okay, true. I'll give that. I mean, honestly, watching that just really like put me in my finesse bag. You get me? Like, real talk. I'm serious. Like, I mean, I think people are realizing like there's a lot of ways to get money, and even Ja, who's a entrepreneur, since he's not really putting out current music, you know, whether he was involved or not, he tried a little thing here. Regardless, there's mad people doing festivals. He was just trying to get with the futuristic festival. I mean, I wasn't as much surprised by just that I wasn't surprised that this was a finesse, right? I wasn't surprised that it was horrific. I was just surprised that the rich people who are usually either frugal with their money or they're really careful with their money, they were just openly and brazenly getting finessed like that.
Nigga, nobody gets finessed more than rich people. You ever heard of Bernie Madoff?
White rich people? Bro.
Yes, white rich people. You see what he ran over like $700 million worth of people's money.
But it's a lot of poor people money. Not all of them rich.
I mean, but
the rich keep rich by robbing the poor and also not spending their riches, spending other people's money.
I think
that's facts.
I think rich people.
I'm pointing at the desk.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because the desk is a.
Don't you dare call me a scammer. If there's one thing I do not do is scam.
I'm just saying the desk handle money like a old white dude. I was gonna say Jewish, but I'm not gonna say. I said
you don't want to offend anybody.
But she's mad careful, but she got it.
How do you know all of this?
I don't know. That's the theories I'm making up, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we wear the same clothes every day. That's what he's talking about. I don't spend money on this shit.
Yeah, but the rich people don't listen. Most rich people don't wear their riches.
It's true. I spend it on experiences.
I don't know if that. I can't say that.
I found out that Mark
Floyd Mayweather is very rich, and he.
All right, let's not. That's a different kind of.
But that's how he got it.
I think it's an $18 million watch.
Mark Zuckerberg wears the same. Well, not the same gray shirt, but he wears.
That nigga's not fly though, man. Don't bring up Mark Zuckerberg.
Do we have to be fly? Steve Jobs doesn't fly neither.
I feel you, but I mean, listen.
He looked clean in that all black.
Hold on, listen. I'm not knocking. No, listen, I'm not a person that feels like you have to buy clothes to feel validated.
Listen,
Wayne,
Wayno, we love your Rolly. It's great.
We're not talking about that. I'm talking about Mark Zuckerberg. All
Get
that
a
shit
diamond
is
tester
cool.
for that, man.
Bring the diamond tester. Bring it. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Look at,
Yo, it's the last day of school. Everyone's just gonna act
all right,
out.
hold on though.
Okay.
All right, let's get back on topic.
All right.
Can't be
Where
too-
the fuck was we at?
Fire Festival. You know what though? Like watching, and I watched it on Netflix. I still didn't see that part about sucking penis for water, but it mirrored the music industry in a lot of different ways. Like, no, not sucking penis. Seriously. Like,
Stop it.
that finesse, in a sense, like selling a perception,
Selling the dream,
a
yeah.
dream, and then basically just taking people's money on people thinking that they're gonna actually get the dream.
Yeah.
So kind of watching that, and I realized like most of the people who get most of the money isn't the Ja Rules who's smiling and grinning and like on Twitter. It's I never heard of the Billy guy until this. The behind the scenes motherfucker, just like in the record industry, the executives is pocketing all the money, the rich white executive that would like for you not to know him. He wants you to know the artist, he wants you to know everything else. He's the one really pocketing, man.
Well, you know what's so crazy about the Fire Festival? Because remember I told you I went to their offices. That's why I was like, remember I told you guys like I went to their offices to have a conversation with one of my homies, right? That was working with them, and he was telling me like, yo, this dude, he's spending all this money, this, that, and the third. But you know, fortunately enough, I didn't fall for the Fire Fest. But
You too smart for
What?
that.
I didn't fall for the finesse.
Well, I mean, if I was an influencer, I wish. If
no,
they reportedly cut Kendall Jenner a $250,000 check
Well, they
for
wasn't
a
trying to-
Instagram,
Well, they wasn't trying to bring me on as a influencer.
But they had artists involved a lot at that time,
They had
right?
artists involved. What they was trying to do was, it was a conversation if I wanted to bring an artist I was managing at the time to do bookings through them, you know? And I was like, my thing was like, we were with CAA at the time, and I'm like, why? I mean, this is cool, but it still got to go through CAA. Like I was like, nah, it still has to go through CAA. And they were like, nah, it doesn't have to. We could do it this way. And I was just like, nah, I'm cool on it.
Yeah.
but are we, like on a serious level, are we down to say that it is a futuristic concept? And what you're talking about is they wanted to basically, like, you know how Uber Eats made
for booking.
ordering food really accessible? It's like, hey, I want Lil Wayne, and if Lil Wayne's available on a date, you could guarantee the funds. The app will do all the other things to make sure he performs wherever you want to
I
perform.
think there's too many intangibles to be able to like run a system like that.
Have you
because-
ever tried to schedule an interview with an artist?
Yeah, that's what I'm
dog? Like,
saying.
have
It's
you
like-
ever? That shit is so difficult. I cannot imagine thinking that you could just schedule them for concerts on an app.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna work.
Well, it's a lot of money. Well, you know, like a lot of times with interviews, like the reason why people cancel a lot is, contrary to what the public believes, like we ain't paying niggas for interviews. Niggas are coming up here to promote. So again, you know, they make the conscious choice, like I want to come to Everyday Struggle to promote, and they may cancel based on many different factors.
They're high. They missed their flight. They got too
but
high.
now when
they
you're
went
getting
to the
paid
strip
for a
club.
got there
show,
late.
when you're
You
when you're getting
too
paid for a
early.
show, listen, if you miss your show,
Niggas
you're gonna
miss
have to-
paid shit all the time.
All the
so,
time.
so I mean, I just think that it's too much of a there's too much curation that goes behind booking somebody. Where I mean, you gotta handle advancing the show. It's just so many different things. I don't know if you could do that at the press of a button. Because it's just too many parties involved. When we're talking about Uber Eats, it's like, okay, I'm scheduling what I like to eat. They cook it, they give it to a courier, they bring it right to me. It's not, it's you dealing with all types of people that want to cut off that money. It's too messy.
Maybe with upcoming artists, like if, you know, on a much smaller scale, I just think when you're dealing with superstars and megastars, like he said, there's just too much that goes into it.
Way too much.
But I do believe it could replace a lot of these mid-level booking agencies, which sometimes they're already on some skeptical shit where they're finessing a whole bunch of stuff to make things happen. You know, make it a little bit more transparent. But I get you on that. Way too much nuances.
Right.
Yeah, on a closing note on Fyre Fest, I think for me, it's just like in this age of social media, there's cameras everywhere, everything is documented. It's becoming harder and harder to commit crimes. I'm just amazed that it got to the point where people had to land on the island
To see that was
to realize that it was a complete like fiasco. Because you remember the guy in the docks was trying to expose it forever, posting pictures, the aerial shots, and no one wanted to believe it. People were hitting customer service, they were getting no response. I was just kind of amazed that it really got that far.
A lot of people don't believe shit stinks till they smell it, and that is it when it comes to that. I think that, you know, there probably were a lot of different like little red flags and inclinations that it didn't seem right, and you just like, oh no, that's not like. I felt like they probably just kept blowing it off like, oh, that's not anything. Like that's nothing I should be worried about until they got there, and then when they got there, it's like probably it's people's worst nightmare, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hopefully I just want to see this dude's interview whenever he gets out of jail.
Billy, we're watching you, man. I can't wait to see what he does next.
I can't wait to see it.
The real victims in all of this, honestly, were.
Tyrone?
Oh, come on, man.
The Bahamians.
Hell no. We're the people, the native people of the island. You, all of a sudden, some big company, again, it's not like you guys were living a really well-off life. People come in, promise you guys jobs for this amount of days, uprooting you out of situations, moving you around, you're working long hours, like basically just disrupting your way of life. And then to find out later, oh, they don't have money to pay you. Or, you know, like pretty much they just fucked up everything you had going on. So I feel bad for that, for those people.
Yeah. That was another good thing that came out of the docs, the GoFundMes that came out. I can't remember the woman's name, but her like making the money back that she lost. Yeah, because everyone really fell in love with her. You could tell she was like a very sweet person. All right, so that's it for the Firefest docs. So the other story, academics picked Tory Lanez versus everyone.
Oh yeah. Honestly, let's be honest. Well, I'm saying versus everyone because it started with Joyner. Then after Joyner, where'd it go? Don Q?
Joyner,
oh yeah, Don Q.
Joyner,
challenging everybody.
Challenged JID and Chico for a minute.
Everyone, right? I think after last year, where you know we saw. By the way, that was definitely like a 6ix9ine approach, right? Like in terms of I'm gonna be a little bit combative just to kind of get shit because obviously controversy sells, but there was no violence involved. It was strictly music, and to be honest, I felt like it kind of gave a lot of people that type of start or that feeling like, I should feel like I'm the best. I should be popping my shit. And also brought eyes where necessarily people weren't really listening to music or as much people weren't listening to music. So I give him a lot of credit for that. And also Jacquees, the aftermath of that. You know what I mean? King of R&B, that's from Tory.
I wonder if it's done, Tory.
No. I think Tory's chilling. I mean, he's overseas right now with Drake, you know what I mean? Getting to it, having fun. And I think Tory, he makes great music for the summertime. So I think, he'll come back around. But I think that he's done with the whole challenge and everybody shit because I think it's two parts of it. He thinks that I believe that he can compete with damn near anybody, but nobody wants to do it because they're not taking it seriously based on the approach.
Yeah.
Listen, Tory ain't done. He's just getting started low-key. But he's waiting for, he's down to do it. Of course, like, he's still going to go through album mode and shit like that where you don't necessarily just want to think about diss raps all day. But I do think, Tory, I just seen a quote from him recently where he said, I am going to be the biggest artist in the world. And it's crazy that Tory still has this underdog mindset where he still thinks, I'm like the little guy still trying to battle it up. Like, Tory, like, you're doing really good. You're dropping like 2 to 3 albums or projects a year. They're all doing well. You're having songs that are charting consistently. You're getting plaques. Like, you're on tour with Drake. Like, what is this like underdog complex you have? Yet it's driving him. But I think now that's what I'm saying. He'll continue to do that. But he wants a real challenge from not a real challenge, but he wants a challenge like, say it's a Big Sean. He wants a Kendrick. He really wants Pusha T. Like, if they rap at him, he would have a field day. Even a mention.
Yeah, for Pusha T to ever respond to Tory Lanez. Can you imagine?
I don't know. I just think it's not taken seriously just because of the way it's approached. I mean, most of the battles that happen, even when they get to
what's wrong with the approach?
Let me get to it. I think that a lot of the battles that happen more today, even when they end up in a better place, come from an issue that stems, right? It comes from an issue that stems. Where there's no issues and people just like, let's just make a battle and let's just keep it music. That's not motivational for the way things are going today.
Okay.
So I just don't think that anybody, with him just jumping out and saying, I want to battle, I want to go at it with anybody. A lot of people just don't feel like doing it. I feel like Tory Lanez, he doesn't have the time, but he'll make the time. I mean, he don't have the time. Nobody can tell me that this nigga's not busy. He's very busy, but I think before he goes to bed at night, he's willing to fucking do a freestyle to go at your ass. Like,
Okay, I understand that. So it's kind of empty if someone's just coming to say, let's just go at it to go at it. But I do think there's a sense of pride in everybody when someone is saying they're the best or they're better than you, and you're like, no, you're not. Again.
Okay, devil's advocate, right? Axe favorite game. Imagine Murder Mook or any battle rapper challenging Tory on just like, all right, take the beat out, come to wherever we at and do a full face-to-face battle, acapella, etc., I'm pretty sure Tory's gonna be like, man, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I don't see him doing that. So I think it's the same way on another level. Like, if there's no motivation for us to have energy towards each other just because you want to rap, I'm not giving you that time.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Pusha T, I gain nothing from that, right? Especially given what I just did when it was me versus Drake, and there's some background for that. And if I'm like, Kendrick, how the hell do I look like, yo, this is the shut Tory up song, like, you know what I mean? So I understand that, but that's why Tory's in that place, right? Where until he feels he's a part of that special club that he yearns to be in, he's gonna try to he's baiting them, like whatever it is. All right, I'll say I'm better than them. Hopefully they rap at me, but I think he realized at this point you can't, like, imagine him saying, all right, Corday, you're next. He'll be like, yo, you should be a little bit past that in your career.
Yeah, I think
and he's at that little limbo spot where he still feels like an underdog, but hasn't gotten full acceptance from the elites.
All right, let's see what happens when he comes back from Europe. Meanwhile,
He made hip hop fun though.
it's true. It was entertaining.
It was.
You two look like you're about to get into a damn dance battle after this shit. The more I look at you guys,
Wait,
the
no
more
probably
I'm
dance
just
better
like,
from me. He from Harlem. He
what
got
the
Harlem shake and
fuck?
shit.
What are you guys
I
both?
don't dance much, but if we had to have a battle, I'd definitely beat academics.
You go Harlem
Said Run
shake?
DMC
Nah, I can't
2.0.
So what type
Roger,
of
you
dance
petty.
you do?
What?
I don't know.
Stop it.
All right, so the next story, this one the guys definitely had in common, was 21 Savage being arrested by ICE. Now, this caught us all off guard. Like, he's not the first rapper to deal with immigrations and, like, customs, but, like, just there's no way you could have saw this one coming, that he was originally from the UK. And we're really glad, like, I know people got their jokes off at the time, that things got resolved and he's good. We haven't heard any updates recently, but he's still here with us, thank God. But yeah, this was a stunner.
It was a stunner. I mean, I knew somebody who used to be his booking agent, so I knew that he wasn't from America. But I thought, like, because time had passed, I thought that he handled all of that. Like, I didn't think it was that big of an issue. So when it did come out that he was born in, where was he born, in London?
Somewhere out
Britain?
in the UK, yeah.
Yeah,
Birmingham
Somewhere
or
in the
something like
UK.
that.
He's born in the UK. Like, yeah, he's born in the UK. I just was like, wow. I thought he was from, I really thought he was from Trinidad this whole time. Like, for real.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this shit caught me by surprise. Like, I thought it was a meme. I thought it was like, yo, because, you know, they were trolling me. Like, everyone was trolling me. They were like, yo, well, again, this is just from personal experience, right? So people were like, yo, everybody who hang with Ack is getting locked up or getting killed. That's
Right.
obviously
Man.
6ix9ine got locked up. Rest in peace to X. And then I just did a documentary
Right.
with,
It's you,
with
you
21
person.
Savage. And then
then
I see it and I'm like, man,
I
these-
gave him up.
and I'm
I
like,
know,
yo,
man.
and I'm like, these meme niggas are like, they're going too far. And then somebody be like, no, he really got locked up. And I'm like, locked up by who? ICE? Wait, immigrations and customs wants the hood nigga from Atlanta? That was the most shocking thing to
That's
me.
what it's, immigration and
And-
customs. That shit sounds so, but ICE sounds so. It
Immigration
sounds
and
like,
Customs Enforcement, I believe.
it sounds so Navy SEAL-ish. Like, it sounds like
Yo, they are the goddamn Navy SEALs, yo. Dealing with immigration, just for the record, is like the scariest shit of your life. I assume next to, like, what's it, the IRS, but I don't want no problems with them.
I've only dealt with, well, not really immigration, but
IRS, Homeland Security, and ICE.
No problems with
well,
them.
I tried to go into Toronto and couldn't get in. I didn't know that they don't just let you leave. I was kept for 4
Kept a
hours.
box.
All right, I'm gonna just leave, man. Since y'all
Yeah,
go like
I thought, yo, all right, you can't get in. Go back across the bridge. Nope.
Nah.
They kept, and then when we got to the other side of the bridge, they was like, "What are you coming in America?" I was like, "Yo, we're American citizens. Please let us in." We just was over here for 4 hours, and they was like, "All right."
Yo, imagine that shit with like a Grenadian passport, yo. When you're traveling with a passport like a Grenadian one, where
I
no
was
one
born in the
knows where
Bronx.
the
I don't
shit
have these
is,
problems.
oh my God, what a fucking nightmare.
Well, again, I was shocked, and you know, like, shit, me and 21, we had conversations about like his childhood and shit like that, cause we was FaceTiming this shit before I went down there, like, just him going to like get like West Indian food, and he was telling me about just like his Caribbean background with his parents and stuff like that. But you know, understandably, he's not gonna be over here telling everybody like, yo, I was really born in London or whatever.
yeah.
It was so shocking, but it was also shocking what it turned into. Because of course we got the memes and the jokes, and you know, that shit gotta fly. It just happens in all situations.
Right.
But I think people kind of looked at that situation as one of those, you know, when people are talking about, or even Trump, when he says, you shouldn't have, like, we have to have closed borders and we got to build a wall because, you know, you can't allow immigrants or whatever, illegal aliens, we got to get them out of here. Sounds good until you hear those stories like 21. Like, you basically grew up here your whole life. You don't know nowhere else.
Yep.
You only know Zone 6.
Right.
The fuck? What do you want him to do? Just go back to like the
Pay his
UK?
taxes.
You get right. He pays his taxes. He's doing everything. He had one minor minor running with the law, and that even got sorted out. What do you want him to do? And I think that really gave a different light to just immigration in general. So to really see rap issues turn into social issues, and rappers actually feel the need to be more than rappers and to actually lend their celebrity to actual issues that affect other people. I really fuck with that.
Yeah.
So
21. I hope you stay forever. We
Yeah,
can't lose
man.
you, man. We can't. That shit was scary.
Yeah, that was crazy. That shit got
Jesus.
crazy.
and now that we know that shit, 21, you and Skepta got to drop a song. That's you and Skepta.
Featuring
You and
Gigs.
Skepta. No, or him and Dave. Dave's fire.
Yeah.
Or maybe him and
That would
Gigs.
actually be really dope if he did the UK
Badman Gigs.
link up now.
21 Savage, the only nigga who could squash the beef between me and Gigs. You know, Gigs banned me from, like, Gigs is immigration.
Banned from the UK.
I'm banned from the UK.
Yo, Gigs, he's alright. He really is an okay guy. He just be acting crazy.
How long they held you
sometimes.
at the border? 4 hours?
Like almost 5
Canada
hours.
is
yo.
different though. You
They
can't.
might
That,
hold me over there
that
4
Canada
weeks.
shit is crazy, yo. They had the dogs. That shit is crazy.
I saw 2 Chainz backstage at OVO Fest one year. I went up there. I think it was the year Kanye performed, and he was supposed to come out. They kept him at the border for so long. He missed his set. I never seen 2 Chainz that
they
upset.
deported my man too, like, cause my man had legal charges or whatever pending against him, but he was security, and like they made us leave and they kept him, and then they deported him. But when they deported him, they made him walk across that bridge, the Rainbow Bridge.
Word?
Yeah,
Wait,
they
what?
They made him walk
I didn't know
across,
they did
across the
that.
bridge by himself, like the fucking 1 o'clock in
Like,
the morning.
everybody watching you, like, walk, nigga, walk.
Yeah, like walk the fucking plank. Yeah, man, they fucking made him walk across the bridge.
How long is that walk?
I thought
I don't know. It didn't take. It probably took up in like maybe 10 minutes or something. Like, it's a long ass bridge, but
was-
it's over Niagara Falls.
That's
like,
crazy.
I always
That shit's
thought
crazy.
deportation was like a different process. Like,
There's different.
Well, it's
versions
different
of it.
process. I mean, that's their process. Like they sent
walk,
him
nigga,
back.
go ahead, man.
Yeah, they just told him walk across the bridge. I just had
They
to pick
couldn't
him
even
up
give
on
him
the
a
other
ride?
side. Nah, he didn't give him no ride.
Alright.
They made him walk. He's banned from Canada forever. Like,
For real?
yeah, they banned him forever.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. And
Very
we had
shallow.
papers. No, we had papers. But you know what I say what fucked us up too? We had a show, but we were trying to go. We went the day after like Trump got elected. Like the immediate day after Trump got elected was our show. So we drove up there to go into Canada and couldn't get it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough.
Everyone, stay dangerous out there.
Stay dangerous, for real.
All right. Of course, the third and final story. Jussie Smollett. I think Taraji did an interview recently with The View, I believe, and said like he's actually, if Empire gets renewed, stop looking at me like that. If Empire gets renewed, he's coming back. The writers are trying to figure out something juicy and exciting to cook up for us. I cannot believe it.
They need to finesse this.
Jesus
They have to
Christ.
finesse
Need to
this.
fire the fucking writers. The show been stale. Hire Jussie as a writer, because only he can make up some lies and fucking controversy filled. Jussie is just a lying piece of shit. I can't get over it that he's still doubling down. You know, I might change my mind on him though, because you know me, I am very fair. And
This
Wait.
nigga's wild.
like, he's a liar. Let's be clear.
What are you changing your mind about?
Because his lawyer basically told Chicago's like legal or courts or like prosecutors to go suck a dick. They're not paying no money. They wanted him to pay 100 and some thousand.
right, for-
They told him like, yo, y'all not about to extort us. We're not paying shit because my guy, the charges was dropped. And honestly, I feel like that's why I don't have that much faith in them for the R. Kelly thing. They mishandled the situation with Jussie. The guy's a lying piece of shit, but y'all got to catch him. Like, I can't just let him go and then want him to pay. So now he's saying, I'm not going to pay shit. But even though I'm disgusted by him, I am down with him defending his rights. The legal process goes, if I'm innocent, nigga, I don't even care if I really did it. Leave me alone now.
Maybe you should work in politics.
Yeah,
You're
for
more
real.
fair and balanced
Maybe
than
you should
people
go get some
realize.
bars, like-
Nah, because a nigga like Jussie ain't no way he leaves out of there free. No, he's a,
Yo,
he's a liar, man.
The look in his eyes. His eyes like twinkle every time
No,
Jussie's
because
name comes
honestly, I think we met. I know, like, no, I see some people even say, "Damn, act like he black this and third." Bro, you gotta, as I always say, you gotta police your own. If this dude had really encouraged violence between races or political parties, like that's really a thing. Like you did some real selfish shit, which would have encouraged some shit like that. The same shit that we accuse Trump of doing when he says certain shit. And granted, that is the president of the United States. And he holds a big platform and a very powerful office. But you used your celebrity and cried like a hoe when nothing happened, which I'm serious. Like, he paid people off. And then those two guys, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, the Nigerians.
yeah.
I need to highlight the Nigerians.
Everybody know. All my best friends are Nigerians, so I know how they work hard. They're not even on bullshit like this. They scammers now. But, well, some of them.
Yeah,
But they don't do shit like this. And this is only Jussie Smollett who would come up and cook up this type of nonsense.
Man, every time I want to take him seriously because he's making a good point, then you say some bullshit and go right back.
It's not bullshit, it's true.
I can't
Like, we
with you,
can't
man.
listen, and by the way, in no way, shape, or form am I saying he should not be on the show. Like, honestly, I only know Empire for like 3 people. 4, really. Taraji, Lucius, the Jamal dude.
Terrence Howard.
No, well, Lucius, we call him Lucius, you know.
We call him Lucius.
Lucius, Taraji, the Jamal dude, and this guy.
Isn't he Jamal?
No, he's...
Oh, you mean that? Okay.
The other kid. Jamal's like his younger brother.
Yeah. So, I
right.
want him to stay on the show, but I want him to just come out and be like, yo, apologize to
I was
us.
wildin'. I just wanted to say I was
When?
wildin'.
If he
apologize to
hasn't
us.
done it yet, when is that gonna happen?
That's they not doing
It got
Maybe
to
a-
happen for me.
think the
he'll be a
moment has
ruler.
passed.
It'll bring up all of the tension.
If somebody
that people
disrespects you, like, you just, does time pass and you just forgive him? Or do you want them to apologize and admit wrong? Like,
It
if he-
depends. It depends.
Nah, I need him to
Well,
apologize.
I mean, yeah, like, that's very particular with somebody disrespecting you. I mean, it depends on how it happens. You know, I think that, you know, it's too soon for him to do something like that. Because I feel like whatever he's going through, he hasn't gotten, it's too soon. The charges were dropped, what, 2 weeks ago? Right? It's too soon for him to come out and do a press conference saying, yo, I might have did something wrong. He still has that money shit in limbo, right? It didn't totally be dismissed.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. The charges got nothing to do with him lying. It's 2 different lies, right? You could lie
Credibility, though, his credibility is shot, but then
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. But it's 2 things. Like, you lied to the public. There is no crime for that. It's when you got interviewed by the cops, that's what they charge him for. So that recording or however they document the transcript of him talking to the cops, the 16 counts that they charged him with was 16 lies. Clearly, they couldn't prove the 16 lies, so they dropped it. So, again, he needs to apologize to the public if he ever
On the
wants
Good
to.
Morning America interview or wherever he was, he did the long one where he shed all the tears. I
was
want it
crying.
there with the same person. I want part 2.
Nah, I don't
Yes.
even want him.
No, I do.
Nah.
I do. And you better cry again.
I want it on Good Morning America, but I want him interviewed by, what's her name? Was it Gail something?
I can't remember.
Was it? I can't remember. I don't think. I'm
I
confusing that
want
with R.
him
Kelly and
with my
now.
2 African brethren,
All of them.
with them grilling him. Like, why'd you make us do this bullshit, nigga?
On Instagram Live.
For
right?
real.
IG Live,
Where
man.
justice
For
really
real.
happens. All right, man. All right. Thank you.
Justice really happens.
Thank you, guys.
Instagram Live.
That's it. Our 3 to 4 most surprising, bizarre, twisted, wild stories of the year. And it's only April, so who knows what the hell else is gonna happen? Find out soon here on Everyday Struggle. What?
We got to do a mid-year wrap-up. Mid-year
wrap-up?
wrap-up, like, best song thus far. We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, academic. Talk about that.
You say this now, but planning with you is damn near impossible.
You plan
right,
that.
man.
You plan
You
it,
text
no
him, you
response.
call him, you talk to
Plan
him
it, no
before.
response. This nigga gets on
Nothing.
here and says,
We
yo,
should
we should
do
do the
this.
mid-year wrap.
Thank you, and I'm glad you're here to corroborate this bullshit.
Right.
Roger, you see how they do me, right?
Dance battle ass. All right. Let's do some fan questions before we go, since it's gonna be a while since we get to talk to you guys. So this one is from Battle Agent Bricks. Question: social media is a gift and a curse for a lot of rappers. I know how you guys feel about people like Kodak with social media, but my question is, what rappers, in your opinion, use social media the best and in a positive way?
Oh, easy. I got to answer. You want to go first? I'll give my
You
answer.
go.
Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper, like he uses it to engage with his supporters, but he's not using it on some idle time bullshit. You get me? He doesn't use it in a way it's so interpersonal. You're like, okay, I feel like I'm just watching you on your Instagram TV channel. He interacts, but he showcases a lot of efforts that people may not know he gets involved with, and also to get his agendas across, whether it's his care about politics in Chicago, whether it's helping out like disadvantaged kids. He wants to push that forward, push that narrative, not only just show that he's doing some shit, but hopefully encourage other people. I feel like he does a great job doing that. Reacting to his fans when they want music, he'll hop on there and just kind of talk to them or whatever. Yeah. I think he does a great job. And I guess that's a safe pick because does he do any bullshit anyway?
I'd say
He's like Tim Tebow. Tebow rap?
Nah, don't call him the Tim Tebow rap, man.
Not in terms of ability, but
All right,
spirituality.
well, I'd say I think Meek Mill, and I'll say because how he's used before his platform, everybody looked at it for him to just show you your newest watch or his newest car, etc. Which you still get that, right? You still get that, but how he's used justice reform as a new way to not only promote himself but spread awareness. You know what I mean, about what's going on, the injustices that happen in the judicial system, the people who have stories that are untold. I say that, and then you can still see him on a private jet. So that's a lot of motivation.
You can still see him on a private jet.
Yeah,
it's a lot of motivation.
Sometimes with Meek, I feel like it's a ticking time bomb, though.
He said Meek is ticking time bomb.
Meek is explosive with his social media. Like, you know, like 1 minute he might be like, listen, look at this situation, or he might even be speaking out for the culture, be like, hey, listen, just from a black person to a black person, I don't think you should be representing the killer of Nipsey Hussle, which is a valid opinion. He holds that opinion. But then you might go on his Instagram and see him be like, yo, listen, ladies, I'm tired of y'all rocking weaves. You know what I mean? Or you might
he gives a lot of balance, man.
Meek gives a lot of opinions. You know, like I'm just saying. I think it's a fine line. I look at Meek now, he is trying to still keep it fun because I do look at him in a very serious realm where like...
But that we weren't, and remember, I mean, just think about last year when we were having conversations and we were talking about him entering like a new place as being an artist, and you was like, yo, like, yeah, he's had music, but I don't see the moves outside of music, like his philanthropy, all the things that's making you look at him differently as a man.
Yeah, I do look at it though now, and I'm like, I don't think Meek could really like. You remember Meek going back and forth with 50,
he ain't
even
Meek no more. Like, you know what I mean?
Now he kind of is.
Yeah.
But you can't. I think he understands the weight his platform. Like even, I see him on the live show, the CC show, whatever, and like he comment on all the bullshit. Yeah. But I think he knows better than to get in there and actively engage because automatically people who ain't really down with that subculture is gonna look at him and be like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Right,
you get me? So I think he tries to do a good balance of keeping the edge and also, you know, still being up there. Because I look at Meek as like one of the politicians.
What?
We have politicians of hip hop. T.I. is one.
Word.
Meek is one. Killer Mike is one. David Banner is one. And shit, it's not even whether you want to do it. Sometimes you're placed in that position. Let's see how 21 Savage handles his situation. He might have to wave the flag for immigration, and he might be someone that when he speaks about that, more than just his fans who care about his music, listen, a lot more.
That's true.
Yeah.
Activist rappers. There's also the hilarious subset. We were talking about like Boosie the other day. I started following Freddie Gibbs recently. I've been sleeping. He's so fucking hilarious. I did my spelling bee with him, and like I didn't realize just like how funny he is when he was promoting that single Flat Tummy Tea.
Where did I see, like, that's when I realized he has such a dope-ass personality.
You know, I mean, we're going to miss these, but, you know, unfortunately, Nipsey was really good on Twitter. You know what I mean? How he would just drop gems.
Motivational.
Time to time, yeah. He would give you he would give you these comments where you could just run with them for your whole week, you know, so that's another person who uses social media pretty well.
You working on your coffee table book?
Yes, I am. It's still coming.
Wayno be out here tweeting some wild shit too, man.
It's on the way.
Wayno gonna keep saying it's on the way till another nigga steal his whole goddamn idea and just
I got a
act
meeting
like
about it
never
this weekend, so let's see.
Okay.
I got a meeting
You're
about
gonna
it
be busy during our time off?
Hell yeah, I'm getting busy, man. I took a page out of Axe book. Remember when we was off for like winter vacation? He's like, man, it's time to work.
Content time.
Yeah,
it's content time.
I'm getting to work on this break.
What content are you making this break?
I'm going to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic.
Oh,
you know?
You're going on vacation?
Nah, it's not vacation. I work on vacation. What Big Sean say? Fuck a vacation. I feel better at work.
Word.
So even if I go, I've never been to certain countries. Listen, I lived in Jamaica half my life. So like now, I only like going back there, but like I have to see other places.
Oh please!
I'm not down with going to Europe.
I guess the kind of dude that like goes to like a Caribbean company and stays at the all-inclusive resort only. Never leaves the resort. Sending me some messages like, Nadeska, why are you climbing a fucking tree now?
What? You ain't hear that niggas getting kidnapped? There's a story right now of two people going to dinner that got kidnapped.
Why'd you have to turn this into a series?
I'm just saying. What do you want me to go do? Battle the elements?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I do want to go on some resort shit, but at the same time, I'm very skeptical about.
There's nothing wrong with resorts. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't be the person who never leaves the resort.
Straws and
Her,
coconuts.
listen, this isn't Deska's vacation. She's rock climbing. She's at Mount Everest. You know what I mean? Just like surviving the negative 200 degrees temperature. Like, you do too much. You gotta relax. She gotta catch her food to eat it. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, I told you I spend my money on experiences, okay?
Ooh.
Whatever, no vacations for me, y'all. I'll be at Coachella. I'm hosting the live stream, so tune in on YouTube if you're not there.
That's a vacation.
I'll be working. How's that
in
a
the
vacation?
valley.
I'm working 12-hour days for 3 days in a row. And it's 100
After the
degrees.
Yeah, that shit is.
Better relax.
And all that dust and shit.
Yeah, man. We stay working. Anyway,
I've never been to Coachella.
come through. I'll hold you down.
I was gonna come, but Solange is not performing.
That's true. That's really sad, but stop trolling.
Oh,
All right, one more fan question. Yes, this one is from Rec Effect. What's the best time for a rapper to release his album and why? I noticed that rappers who drop in December and in the early part of the year tend to get overshadowed. Is there a sweet spot, or does it just depend on how great the project is?
The time for you to drop is when your time comes. There used to be a point in time where everybody would only drop at certain times, like the heavy hitters, so to speak, used to drop in the fourth quarter. But times have changed. I don't think that there's a specific time an artist has to drop. It's all dependent upon your rollout and how you want to present it. So if you got music that feels summery, I don't think you should drop it in the winter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have music that's wintry or dark or cold, you might not want to put that out in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you have to just pick your spaces based on how you want to tell your story. Every time somebody drops an album, it's like a story being told. You know?
Yeah, I mean, since we're usually talking about major label artists, there is a right time to drop in terms of when there ain't that much competition. You don't want to be dropping when everybody's dropping their shit, unless you're one of those people who it doesn't matter, right? Like for some artists, you want to make sure your album could be worked, like by a label, and that it could stretch out for more than like 2-3 weeks, then it gets forgotten. Hopefully it's worked for like a couple of months. I won't say that December is now like the forgotten period, because if anything, seeing how, you know, that used to be the thing because labels shut down, but like I think just through social media and other things, look at A Boogie and 21 Savage.
yeah.
It felt like those albums kind of lasted a little bit longer than it
still
would have.
lasting,
Yeah, because there was no new projects that immediately came at the top of the year to just like made you forget. Now, like as soon as we enjoy an album for 2 weeks, we get 10 more albums. Actually, it's been a little slow so
Yeah,
far.
it's been slow with albums.
Yeah, it's been slow so far, but I could imagine as the summertime picks up, I think we'll start to see a lot of rappers. There's certain rappers you can tell what time they drop it. Like Drake, he's like a fall type of guy. Like,
But then he did July this last year, no? Like summer?
yeah, he did.
Maybe he's a summer fallish kind of guy now.
Well, I think with him is just, I don't know. But that's why usually the sounding of his music, I associate with the fall.
With October.
Like somebody like a Meek, a Big Sean, others which are more high tempo, you want them for the summer. You
Meek
get me?
dropped in the, I mean, but I think it depends on the music, because Meek dropped in November, but I feel like the song like Uptown Vibes is going to be a song of the summer.
You think it'll last a little?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you see, you didn't go to none of the shows. When
I ain't Indictment.
Huh? Yeah, but that's
I
gonna
heard that
be
shit rocking Indictment.
that shit gonna be right. And Indictment hasn't even come around Indictment season yet. Like the weather, shit, it's still freezing outside right now. But once the weather breaks, I'm talking May, June-ish, that's gonna be a big song for the summer. I mean, so I think it's about how you want to tell your story. If you're like 21 dropped his album, you know, fourth quarter. It was December, right?
Yeah.
He dropped in December, but I think the story that he wanted to tell is lasting a little bit longer. But then he's a different type of artist. I think if you're a newer guy, you got to really pick your spot.
I think like for an artist like City Girls, definitely like a first quarter
Summer.
works for them.
Spring break.
Nah, you gotta
Girls
get them
album.
before tax day, cause all they rap about is finessing niggas. You drop your album before tax season, yes, scamming season's tax season, yes. So that's like the sweet spot right there. But honestly, like really to answer the question again, there ain't no time.
Yeah,
Like you do what you want to do. Social media really changed a lot of that shit up.
Right. it did.
Very true. Thank you guys for your questions. You could keep sending them while we're on break. Throw them all in our handy little dock and grab them when we get back. So let's do a couple over-unders before we go. Gentlemen, please grab your little cards here. All right, like this first one. This is one of my biggest regrets of the year, not making it to the Revenge of the Dreamers sessions. Timing just didn't work out. So the first
You got
one.
invited?
So the first one, number of
Why
weeks.
you invite me?
You don't go anywhere. You're worse than I am at leaving the house.
I want to vibe out with Cole.
Went to Dreamville brunch.
We know,
I
Wayno.
want
We've
to vibe out
heard.
with you don't think I want to vibe out with the lyricist?
No. Let's move along to
Number of weeks till Dreamville's Revenge of the Dreamers 3 drops over under 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Did we say 2 months?
Is it 2 months?
It's probably 2 months.
Over under 2 months.
Oh, 2 months? I say under 2 months. I got a feeling it comes around Memorial Day for some reason.
For some reason.
I was like,
my
mad
spidey
specific.
sense is telling me it's coming.
Wayno just leaked it. That's why everybody's thinking it.
I didn't
I
look
went
at
to the
it.
Dreamville brunch. Spidey sense. Right.
I was just play devil's advocate on this one. Over.
Over.
That was January they were recording, right? We're in April already.
Over. I think just because their rollout is never really rushed, I think they'll take time. And if we're saying 2 months from this date, I think if it comes April, May, June, late June, I think it'll be fine.
It's gonna drop next week, literally as we leave. I feel like just with our luck. I have no information.
I was about to say,
I have
this
no
should drop
information.
Friday, right? This should drop
Yeah,
Friday
exactly.
with our
We
luck.
can't talk about it for 2 weeks. Whatever.
No, I don't think it'll be something too spontaneous. I think they'll kind of work it.
Start dropping
do
some
press.
tracks.
I would think. If I'm watching how J. Cole has been moving, which is a little bit non-traditional to how he's been before, and even so for this project, I would imagine that he's gonna employ some of those same things,
Okay.
right? Which be a little bit more vocal, a little bit more present.
Yeah,
a
they
little more
just came
visual.
off the Dreamville Festival, so they have some great momentum.
Give me
right
that
now.
and give me a damn Kendrick album I'm itching.
Well, we do have some TDE in here for you. Let's see what our next one is. Number of weeks that Lil Nas X's Old Town Road stays at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 over under 3 weeks.
Over 3. Over 3. I think that this song, it's a cool song, but it's gonna become like a thing that people start doing challenges. They're gonna start doing all types of Western challenges to this shit.
They're gonna do
You'll
it
see
to
people
weird
fucking
shit.
6 shooters and riding and feeding horses and all types of farm shit. So I say that this will last over 3 weeks.
Better question would have been like over or under. Will this nigga get another top 40 single? Because I
right,
see
so
mad,
over under.
I
There
see
it
mad
is.
designerish coming out of this.
Oh, wow.
I'm listening to other music. It sounds.
I heard a few of his other songs. Yeah, he raps regular. He
Yeah.
raps regular.
No one's impressed?
If I'm him, he got to stay on that country shit.
Yeah, I'm staying on the country. I'm going now. My whole career is country trap music, like for real.
By mad. I'm trading all my snapbacks for cowboy hats.
Nah, dead ass.
But I'm gonna say over. This song is huge. It's gonna last. Knowing more about him and his backstory, I didn't know he used to run a very popular Nicki Minaj barb account,
Oh, yeah.
Twitter meme account.
Heard that.
Really?
Yes.
You're still digging, huh?
Yeah, I gotta figure out who this guy is. Like, yeah, like apparently he had like 100,000 followers.
And then
He-
switched it over to himself?
Yeah, and it was called Nas Mirage.
Gosh.
Of course,
I don't know anymore, man.
His team now is branding him, so like they've like denied it. But like, was it the Fader that did a great article on him? They dug up a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm glad for him.
Yeah.
You know, even I wish you would embrace it. Like,
Yeah, I'll take the country album. I want it, actually. How about
Y'all
you
two can
guys?
have that shit.
You know you and
him
me
and
rocking
him
it.
and Thug do a duo.
Yeah, so
You see their faces, right? My face is nothing like
you
that.
still think that Elton
serious,
John
Luke.
Young Thug song is not fire? You know what? I should have requested that Dre play that shit today,
No,
right before
Dre.
we started. What a great song, Wayno. It's gonna grow on you eventually. All right, how about this one? Since we're on the topic anyway, number of Old Town Road remixes we're gonna get in the next 3 months. There's what, 2
Official?
already? Yeah.
Or-
What counts as official anyway? Over under 4.
Over 40. Like, over 40. I mean, I think it's just mad relatable. I think every artist, you know, the culture's supporting him, especially Billboard fucked themselves on this. They fucked themselves when they, even if it's a parody or not, and I know I'm making the case that his other music sounds different, but you tried to screw this young black kid off of a country charts where we're already looking at it like y'all treat hip hop like shit. So people are gonna be supporting it. You even have the likes of Billy Ray Cyrus, he's supporting it. I think everybody wants to give their own spin along with the clout chasers, you know? If I'm a rapper right now, I'm gonna drop a remix.
Yo,
to it.
Tory doesn't have a remix out yet. He must be really, really
I ain't gonna lie, the
busy.
He getting too much
thing-
money on tour with Drake.
What they really should have done is they should have Cardi B'd this, and what I mean by that is they should have kept the instrumental like away from everybody, just so that the song could be bigger. When Cardi had Bodak Yellow, you couldn't get the instrument. There's no official instrumental to Bodak Yellow. That's
How
why
do you do that though?
you just don't you don't when when they make DJ packages when they mix and master the record. So they usually send out like the acapella, they send the instrumental, and they sell like the TV tracks. Will send them out to DJs and shit. You just don't send out the instrumental. Like don't officially like.
I thought the internet would somehow just rip the lyrics off of it and.
There's no Bodak Yellow freestyles, not one. If there is one, somebody did the beat over. And I found that out by talking with the producer who did it and talking with Atlantic. And it was like, yo, our whole strategy was we didn't want people making 100 remixes on it to kind of pressure her to have to make a remix. That's why there is no remix to that song.
However, like, niggas would have found it regardless. I mean,
or they just have somebody make it. Like,
like, look at Magnolia. Like, after Tory asked Playboy Cardi, like, yo, could I get the beat? And Cardi said, nah, bro, not this one.
Yeah.
Went on YouTube and found a remake.
Yeah, did a remake of it.
Yeah, so this song is huge, though. I don't think the remixes hurt it as bad, though, because they're all going to copy his cadence, right? They're all going to...
It makes it a bit gimmicky. And the reason why I say that, because it's a lot of different artists who would never, I'm talking about never in a million years, try to jump on no country shit. But they're going to ride the bandwagon because it's the #1 record in the country. It's going to bring visibility. You know, if like an up-and-coming rapper, if they freestyle over your hot record, that usually gets them some hits or suggestions on YouTube. So imagine what an artist gets when they do that. I mean, it depends on what type of artist you are. For me, I would just want to keep it to myself.
Okay. All right, let's see our next one. So Big Sean, like he said, he's making some of the best music of his career right now. He has been teasing music. It's been a minute. I'm personally excited. Over under a number of weeks until we get a new single from Sean, or under 3?
I think 3 is the rest of we only got April, right?
Yeah.
So I say over 3 only because I feel like Sean, I feel like a lot of shit's gonna come around Memorial Day. You know, that's when people party. I think Sean, like if he's making feel good music and having fun and for the type of records he makes, it'd be the perfect time for him to drop some music.
Okay.
So I say over 3 weeks.
I wish it was a little bit more. Like I don't think it's 3. I really think it's like 4 or 5. But I'm gonna just say under, because I think. And the reason I'm saying under is that I do believe he needs to drop ASAP. You need to capitalize on now you've shown your face. You know you were a little sad before. Cool. You just performed at the Dreamville thing.
Dismissive.
Yo, if I could slap you sometimes.
No, I'm serious.
Cool.
We need some music from Sean, like now, like yesterday. And shit, I get it, you know, with the passing of Nipsey, everybody's delaying it.
Yeah.
But, and actually, I think he probably delayed his shit too. I think he's ready to drop now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Like, how long could you work on music, nigga? Like, come on, we need some shit. For real.
Let's see.
If I ever catch you on the internet talking
And I'm
about
tired
you're
of
going
defending
through a
him without
hard
music.
time, I don't know if I'm gonna feel any sympathy for you, Ek.
Oh, word?
All right, hurry up and get back to work now. We're sick of this shit. Enough
I'm
of
depressed.
feelings. Shut up. All right, Schoolboy Q. So we got a couple singles from him. The most recent one was Chopsticks. We talked about that yesterday, I believe, featuring Travis Scott. And of course, it was Num Num Juice, which has finally grown on this very skeptical man here. Don't even comment.
Now. Like, yo, don't say I said it was fire.
Comment. Number of weeks until Q drops his album. Over under 6.
Under 6. Under 6 weeks. Under 6 weeks. Schoolboy Q doesn't drop a bunch of music, and I don't think that he needs testers. I think that Schoolboy Q has built himself to a position where he can just drop at any point in time. So with him dropping 2 singles, I think it's coming very, very soon.
I don't want to agree with Wayno during this whole segment, but I will.
Is it because of the matching outfits?
Nah, stop it.
My son right here, man.
Stop it. This guy, man. No, for real. I think he's going to drop soon. Honestly, I'm looking forward to the body of work. I think with someone like Schoolboy, like, again, singles, cool, but I'm looking for the complete body of work.
Yeah.
When TD's usually rolling people out, like, they don't like double dutch. So it's not like, all right, let's see how people feel. It's like, no, we're going. And I think it's about to be here soon. I'm probably thinking like in a month or so, or maybe even less.
I think, yo, I'm telling you,
We should get a release date probably 2 weeks before.
I think May is going to be a big month for music because everybody's been taking so much time off, and I feel like the passing of Nipsey was such a heavy blow to all of hip hop that people are going to come back a little bit more inspired, wanting to push more, you know, to kind of get from under that cloud of unhappiness that we've been through in the month of March and April.
I think you're right. All right, so how about this? The next 3, we're just gonna do over under all album predictions. Let's run through these. All right,
Good luck
so
dropping.
project, like an official album.
No, you just drop it.
No,
just join with the niggas that way. No sense.
All right, you're right. All right, so let's throw Kanye in there. Yandhi, he's been talking about this, it feels like, for a year already. Delays, he pissed people off. He's doing Sunday services. He's doing it at Coachella this weekend. So number of months till we finally get Yandhi, over, under 1?
Over. I think he's going through image and spirituality cleansing period. Those Sunday service joints are part of, like, I hate to say it, feels like a rebrand of Kanye, getting back to, well, a rebrand to the old Kanye.
Is this rebrand working for you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. Like, I've, you know, unfortunately, I know he's outspoken, but this is one of the times where, like, yo, just shut up and just, like, do some musical shit and just remind us why we love you. Works. And it's been working for me. So I would say over. I don't think he's ready. He probably has a project, but, you know, he's a perfectionist. He works on it until the last minute. So him taking this time and having some progress, I think he'll drop. I think he won't drop in the next 4 months, honestly.
Okay.
I say under. I say under. And the reason why I say under is because...
Pusha played it for you.
No, Pusha doesn't play anything for me. But the reason why I would say under is because I know people, not Pusha, that have heard some of the music, and they said that it's very powerful. And I don't think that Kanye's doing Coachella for no reason. I think that it's going, you know, one thing about him, whether it's sincere, people think it's sincere or not, he likes to, you know, put plans together in order to put product out, like he would say. So I think it's going to be under. I think we'll see some Kanye soon.
All right, some interesting predictions, y'all. Might just drop it right after he performs.
Drop a bomb.
All right, couple more projects.
Date, Wayno. That's what you heard? You announced what date of the Coachella?
You crazy.
All right, so Future dropped his project recently. Like we said, it's been a while. Drake dropped last summer, but we know he's probably going to drop another album soon. But they were, surprisingly enough, teasing What a Time to Be Alive 2, although you guys said everyone felt lukewarm when the project did drop. So over, under, how soon are we getting this? 2 months?
Unfortunately, under.
Fortunately, under.
No, unfortunately. Like,
Sorry, I didn't put the right emphasis there.
I'm happy you said that.
Because honestly, I don't think they were really trying to throw it out for a feeler. I think they probably, well, maybe a feeler in time. Like, when should we drop it? But I think they probably did a couple tracks already. And them doing that shit, it's not going to be too much cooking up going on, okay? Maybe a little microwave session and get it out.
Well, let me tell you what I think. I think over, and the reason why I think over is because those niggas is trolling. I don't think that a project exists.
Oh.
I don't think a new What a Time to Be Alive project exists. And the reason I don't is because with all the backlash that they gotten from people saying that it sound rushed and it sounds so quick to come out, I think that they're gonna take their time. And neither one of them need to rush to put this out. So I say over. I don't think that the project exists or new songs existed for a project when they did that video. And that's just me being skeptical.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
I never thought it back in 2015 or 2016 when it happened, and I definitely don't think it now. I don't think both of them are in the space to really commit a long period, the same amount of time they would commit to their solo albums to a joint project. I don't think, you know, Drake is on tour, Future's moving around. I still think it's gonna be one of those microwave sessions, maybe not a week, like what happened last time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but after that, that's the album. And I don't think it's trolling. Like,
Have you spoken to Obs about this?
Have you spoken to Obs? Do you have the owl phone? You know how they have the bat phone? The owl phone.
Drake wouldn't tell me this, because Drake know I would be on Everyday Show like, all right, here it is.
That's
you know what I mean? Like, I got no time to be
Not
like,
to be
wait, no, like, you know,
trusted.
I've spoken to the owl and no,
Wait,
I
did you
may
just
have
say
heard,
the
nah,
owl?
nigga.
Hold on.
The date is this.
You call him the owl?
No, I'm just saying, I
That's what he
can't.
calls him, Big Owl.
We're just waiting for that.
All right, y'all. Last one.
That's one.
The Free Uzi movement has been in full swing. Roc Nation allegedly rescued him, but we don't really know what's happening here. When is this project finally gonna come out? Is it still called Eternal? A take? Did he make that up? Who knows? When is it coming? Over, under 3 months.
Fortunately, I really want to say under. But I'm about to say over, man. Uzi right now is the black guy with the little fedora in Get Out. He's stuck. I'm telling you, he's stuck. And if I'm to believe him that he ain't dropping shit until he's off a Generation Now, he ain't getting off a Generation Now in 3 months. Unless he changes his mind.
I'll say under, what is that, 3 weeks?
3 months.
3 months? I say under 3 months. The most I give it is 3 months. And the reason why I say that is because these things are getting figured out. All of the little situations that he has.
This is another situation where Ak would just leak all of the info that you're so... He's trying to hold together.
No, I heard that too. Like that shit has been working out, but again, shit has been like getting figured out behind the scenes, and Uzi still took it public. You get me? So,
yeah, but it's getting figured out. It'll be.
So you said over 3 months. You said under, just to be clear. All right.
I give it a max of 3 months. And what's that? That's what, July.
Okay, so we agreed on one thing so far, right? And I don't even remember what the thing is now. Damn it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed our predictions. That's over under. That's it for Everyday Struggle for until the end of April. We're gonna miss you guys. Ak is really, really gonna miss you guys.
of course.
How are you gonna survive?
I'm trying to make it to an hour for them.
Facts. Facts. Finesse.
Now we got it. We really do appreciate you guys. We'll be back in a couple weeks. In the meantime, you can keep April 29th. Thank you, Roger. You can keep sending questions if you want on Twitter at everydaystruggling with 2 G's. I have a bunch of them in my DMs as well, so I should go through those at some point. When I
might go do man on the streets with them when I come back. You know?
Okay.
Go in the public myself and ask some
Have a
questions
ball.
to the people.
The people.
Feel me?
Pull up to Harlem.
I'm down with that.
We keep talking about taking Everyday Struggle on the road. It's just like we haven't really made it yet. We thought about doing like Everyday Struggle.
Don't act like it's us. They
At
ain't giving us no
homecoming.
motherfucking budget, man. They can't even get a haircut up in this bitch.
I didn't say nothing about anything. I just said we were trying. So far, yeah, all we have planned is like ComplexCon in November, but we'll see. Like, it would definitely be nice to like be out and like see you guys.
We're gonna be at the one in Chicago though.
We're going, but I don't think we're doing
Oh,
Everyday
y'all had a great
Struggle.
time.
I know. I just not pulling up to that one.
Oh yeah, I will not be.
I was not.
You know,
will not be in
I
Chicago.
sell my well wishes and my well regards. I heard ComplexCon was going to Chicago, and it's a beautiful city from what I've heard. And yeah, Wayno's gonna have me on FaceTime while I take a tour.
I'll do that.
Well, I take a tour.
I'll call Ak while we do.
I will go to Chicago one day though. One day in the distant future, and the first thing I'll do will be some initiative to give back, not to go to ComplexCon.
Good. I like it. All right, guys. If you're on Easter break and all that good stuff, like enjoy your time off, enjoy spring break. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Peace.
Bye.
Make sure Ak is not dressed like me when we get back.